everyone. Welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting and another episode of Cash or Trash. As always, it's myself and my man Marcus Circumstances hanging out with me. What is up, sir? How are you?
Good to be here for another Cash or Trash. Can't wait to poop on these books.
Poop on these books. I will poop on you. All right. Well, I didn't know we were doing the insult. What is that? I want to say courage, which is wrong. What's the insult dog's name?
I was thinking of Butthead. Or Beavis. Are you threatening me?
Oh yeah, that's true. I poop on you.
I poop on you.
All right. Yes, we're hanging out. Let's see who we got hanging out with us tonight. We have a man GT Key in here early. What is going on? Deep House is in the house. What is happening, sir? House of L, welcome. Nerdy Geek Comics, what is up? What is happening? Hope you all had a wonderful long weekend. Yeah, my man Gordon is in here. What is going on, Gordon? Hope you're doing well as well. So yeah, we are here to do Cash or Trash. We're talking about the hot comics of this last week. We're making predictions for what's going to happen when I talk about them in 6 months. And yeah, that's it. It's our usual thing. I don't know anything else. Banners, what's going on? What is happening here? Quick hello before sleep. I can understand that. You lied about my hair. No, what? I'm stunned, Gordon. I am stunned. So, all right. Yeah, we got 15 books to talk about. I have the feeling that we're not going to be. We will see. We'll see here how enthusiastic Marcus is about some of these. But M-Dub Cat, what is happening? What is going on? So let's dive in here. Let's get started. Make us a little bit bigger here. First up, we got Ordained. A Bad Idea book finally got optioned. It's going for $10, which makes me want to be like, oh, that's not that bad for an option book, but it's a bad idea. And investing in them has been a bad idea since the beginning. But Marcus, your thoughts?
Yeah, I made a post on Instagram today because I was looking at the list and I was thinking about, what tonight's show and what I was going to say about it. And I was like, all right, let's look at the history of Bad Idea. What was the biggest book for Bad Idea that you remember? For me, it was ENIAC. What would you say?
ENIAC, yeah. I was trying to remember exactly how it's pronounced, but yeah.
And so I went and I looked up ENIAC because I still have a not first print. So I actually won a first print ENIAC. Looked it up on eBay. A 9/8 slab is going for $35.
Yeah. No.
And that was a good book, guys. ENIAC was a good book.
I mean, but it was all being driven by their novelty crap and like about how it was weird to get it and not about, yeah. So
it was a good book, though. I thought it was. I did read it, and I enjoyed it, and I won.
Was there 2 issues?
It was 4.
4? That's a long one. Like some of their comics, like a lot of those things were like 2 issues or 1 issue, or like they didn't do it. Like, I don't know. I would stay away with anything Bad Idea. The fact that it showed back up on Tom's list, which just made me go.
Yeah, that's the point for me. I looked it up. ENIAC was genuinely a good book, I thought.
Oh.
And you're getting 9/8 slabs for $35 on eBay, which is a huge drop off from where it was. I know this is only a $10 book right now, and what's $10? So if you're taking a shot on it, you're not overpaying too crazy, but no reason to rush on this one, guys. None at all. Sure. I'll be back.
Yeah, I wonder if all right, next, let's keep moving here. We got God of War #1 hitting the list. We got more casting news this week. They've been working through this for a while now. They've been talking about God of War, that they were going to do a show with this for several years. They're finally getting around to casting. If you want to know, though, how long it takes from casting to something to come out, watch the 4-year look back, which is coming out a week early this week, or this month. Normally comes out the last week. It's coming out this week. Yeah, watch the 4-year look back if you want to know how long it takes from casting to get something made, because there's a book that's very relevant 4 years ago for casting news that we haven't quite got the project yet. So just so you know. But this is God of War. Raw copies. I left it at like $100. It's really like basically like 30 all the way to like 150, $160, depending on the raw copy here. 9.8 for $2.99. Your thoughts, Marcus?
Yeah, it's definitely an I'll be back. Casting news. You're so far away from this book being relevant. I do think that we are going to see a new peak for this book at some point, closer to a trailer or something like that. So
Yeah.
this book is going to have value going into the future, regardless of what price point you come in at. Plus, it has that lower print count. I think they said, what, 10,000 copies or so, which, God,
I don't remember, but that sounds about right. Yeah.
after this many years, you got to imagine not a whole lot of them survive. So I think print count is really helping this book. But casting news is not a reason to run out and buy. I'll be back.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that completely. Up next, third week in a row, we got Superman number 34, the manga variant. When we talked about it 2 weeks ago, it was 15 to 30. Last week, it was 20 to 35. 9.8 pre-sales around 100. Now it's 25 to 50. So your thoughts, Marcus, on this one?
Yeah, no change from last week. I'm going to stay I'll be back, but this is a cautious I'll be back because this is a special kind of book in that it appeals to more than just nerds like us, right? It's like these books that tap into the movies, that tap into things that are a much larger audience, have real potential. And so for that reason, I'm going to say I'll be back, but considering that non-comic book people, manga people are coming into this space to get this book, might give it some value going down the road, but still an I'll be back. I wouldn't gamble on it. You okay? You look lost.
No, I was trying to get the chat popped out because the StreamYard chat froze on me again.
Yeah, it's frozen. I can see it's frozen. Yeah.
I didn't need to do it every time. Like here lately, the StreamYard chat, so like it's way behind because it's showing like MW Cat first coming in here, and there's the YouTube chat's only showing a couple extra comments behind that, but no, it's showing several. We got Nerdy Comics, Pootie Tang is here, Aggressively Relaxing is here, Horvath is here. Appreciate all of you guys are making comments and hanging out with us. Oh, and then just updated now that I did that. So
there it is.
Tang with the bad idea is the Bronny James comic publishers. What's up from Aggressively? Looks like Teen Titans Robin hulked out into Superman. There you go.
Yeah, another book that got optioned that is dead in the water is The Lot. From you guys remember The Lot from Bad Idea? I actually enjoyed that book as well, but dead in the water.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust anything Bad Idea. Next, we got another cover on the list for the second week in a row. We got DC KO Boss Battle #1, the Derek Robertson Superman versus Homelander. 10 to 23 at this point. What was it last week? Why does it keep doing that? I don't know what's going on. 5 to 15 last week. Like, I'm not even touching that screen. I'm messing with something else, and it keeps, like, making that wide. I don't know what's going on there. All right, try this again. Your thoughts on this one, Marcus? At 10 to 25, basically.
This is a cool book with some cool matchups that, I really liked. I love the Samantha from Beneath the Trees being involved. All that's really cool. I'm not usually interested in crossover stuff, but this one's more interesting than a normal one, I feel like. That said, gotta go. I'll be back. No reason to rush.
I'm not even on that screen. Why does it keep doing that? It's driving me crazy. What is happening? Stop it. Oh, I'm gonna just. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with my computer. It's being weird. I apologize to everyone. But yes, I'm in the I'll be back chat. I think it's a cool cover. I think it's a concept everybody talks about. Obviously, it does happen in the book. It's my understanding. I haven't read any of this DCKO stuff. But I would still put it as an I'll be back. If you're buying it on the $10 side, you're probably fine. If you're paying the 20 plus, I think you're probably paying a little much. But that's just me. All right, next, let's keep going. We got Black Cat, #7, the Adam Hughes 1 in 50, Mary Jane and Black Cat and Venom and whatever it is Black Cat is doing to Venom there. at 60 to 80 for a 1 in 50, so barely above ratio, which is not usually a great sign. This also does have a trade dress. Your thoughts, Marcus?
She really grabbing that thing forcefully, ain't she? That's kind
I
of
mean,
dirty. That feels kind of dirty.
it does. Look at Mary. I mean, the expression on Mary Jane's face, because Venom is attached to Mary Jane at the moment. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what the two of them were doing, but there's a little bit of, there's a little innuendo going on here. So
yeah, for sure. That makes it kind of cool. Definitely, I'm gonna say I'll be back rather than Trap, because I do like Adam Hughes stuff and I like this cover. And so, maybe it maintains some level of value down the road. So I'll be back for that reason. I kind of like it though.
I do think Hughes stuff that really holds value has been few and far between in recent years. Like his older stuff does, but like the recent years, it's been very rare for one of his to really hold much value. The fact that it's barely going above, it's not even going for double ratio on a 1 in 50, it's not a great sign. So that's where and there's a trade dress version. That's where I would lean toward the Trap. My guess is you can get it for under ratio in 6 months, but we'll see. So, all right.
I can't argue that.
Next, we got the first of 3 related to DOR is back on the list. Last week when we talked about it, let me get over here and see if I can do this without screwing up the other thing. Last week it was 60 to 80 right out the gate for the A cover. At this point, it's $50 to $105 on the A cover for DOR. Your thoughts, Marcus? This is a hot indie right now.
Imagine a scenario where the right answer is straight cash. Can you imagine it?
The scenario is that it built, like, the book is so good that it builds something is killing the children following. That's the scenario. That's the scenario.
That's what it would have to be, right?
Yeah.
And and the chances of that seem so low, especially given that we're only 1 issue in. I want to be wrong, because it would be amazing for this to be a straight cash. I would love it, but I gotta say, Trap. These prices 2 weeks out is great. I can't think of anything like it on a regular A cover. Because I wasn't around for some of these Killing the Children #1, but it wasn't $60-$80 the first week. I can't imagine, was it?
No, I mean this kind of jump first week it's pretty rare. I'm trying to think of a good example that would be. Oh, I had it. Hang on 1 second. I think I have a good example. Yeah, like a book. It's another book that I actually talk about in this week's 4-year look back, and I'll give everybody a preview. Does anyone remember Twig?
Yeah.
The preview, the Ash can of Twig, was going for 4 years ago, 100 to 180, right out the gate.
Yeah, that was the Ash
can on Thursday. How much it's going for 4 years later?
That was the Ash can, right? The A cover never got.
That was the Ash can. That was the Ash can. It was not the. We'll get to the Ash can on DOR here in just a second, but it's pretty rare for something like this to go. I mean, there's a ton of demand for it. It seems like a lot of people were wanting to buy it. A lot of people were wanting to read it. It seems like it wasn't super, like, I don't remember hearing anything about it in the lead up. So maybe it'll buck the trend. I mean, there's things like Ice Cream Man. There's things like Something is Killing the Children. There's a few things that those early issues are just worth a ton of money. Those Beneath the Trees issues are still worth a decent amount. But we're into, I'm on the wrong screen now. Dang it, because I got my Twig. I got the 4-year thing to look at the Twig thing. Where's my mouse? So I get rid of it. Man, I'm having computer issues tonight. I apologize.
First time?
First time YouTuber. But yeah, it's $50 to $100. It just seems like a little crazy to me. I think I could see it holding something like 20 to 30, but I guess if it was 20 to 30, I'd be just as doubtful, because I'm like, those never hold either. So maybe the fact that it's gotten this far gives it a better chance, but I would be very patient on this one. I am intrigued enough, if people talk about it enough, that I might get the trade at some point, but yeah, we'll see. Let's keep going. The 1 in 25, Ryan Otley 1 in 25 is going for $200 to $360. So it's continuing to climb all the way up to 360. Your thoughts, Marcus, on the 1 in 25?
Yeah, I mean, this is doing what we want on a ratio, right? We're well above double ratio.
We're freaking skyrocket beyond. Yeah.
I actually really like the cover too. I get it. But yeah, how could you not say trap? Like I said, I'm trying to imagine a scenario where the right answer is straight cash, homie, and I can't fathom that being true.
No.
So
I'd have a hard time seeing that. I think we've jumped the shark a little bit here, but I guess maybe the most recent example, but I feel like that was maybe covers was the monster stuff. But do we think DOR is monsters? I mean, that's the example.
I think it's not the same as monsters, right? Because the big part of the monsters thing was the print count, where this doesn't have
the print count, and it was the covers, and I don't know what the print count is on this for sure, but it's not.
It's an image book. It's got to be pretty.
It's not a tiny print count. No, it's not a tiny print count. So it clearly was under ordered, but it just, what that print count actually ends up being, I'm not 100% sure. We're going to talk the DOR Ash Can, a special preview. The carnage starts here. This was going for $200 to $300 also for the Ash Can preview. Your thoughts, sir?
Again, it's hard for me to imagine a scenario where 6 months from now, this is a straight cash. Like, my brain is not capable of imagining this scenario. So I'm going to have to say trap for that reason, especially, given we don't have anything like this as an example to go off of. So seems like a whole
I lean toward trap on all of these. I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, that A cover could be going for $30 to $40 in 6 months, and it's still a trap, borderline dumpster fire from where it is now. The 1 in 25 could be a $150 book, and it's a borderline dumpster fire 6 months from now. The Ash Can could be a $150 book, and it's a borderline dumpster fire 6 months from now. Like, thinking about how high the value is with, like, you just got to put it in perspective. Like, if I told you that it was going to be a $100 book 6 months from now, before any of this happened, you'd be like, you're crazy. So I feel like that's the side that I would tend to lean on. And if I ended up being wrong and the book stays that high, well, I just missed out on that one. And I will read the trade if it's that good.
I had 10 copies of this one, right? Oh, man, I messed up.
Yeah. So, hey, Dave Maris, what's going on? He's saying straight cash, homie. I don't know if he's talking about DOR or if he's talking about just, hanging out with us. What's going on, Jacob? All right, let's keep moving. We got another hot indie of the week. We got Bleeding Hearts #1, part of the relaunch of Vertigo. This is the Nick Dragata variant. Vertigo is back. There seems to be some interest in some of this. This one's going for $10 to $18. Your thoughts, Marcus?
I had this one added to my pull list. I love Dennis Camp, the author, the writer, and big fan of Absolute Martian Manhunter so far. So I added it for that reason. I think it's going to be a good book. I think this book's probably hitting the charts because of the hype around Dennis Camp and his Assorted Crisis events, or people are wondering if this is another one. So I think hype more than the book is probably driving this one. So I'm going to say I'll be back, but I'm locked in on this one. I think this is going to be a good book.
Yeah, I would lean toward I'll be back. Anytime you get a new indie that's going in this $10 to $20 range. Obviously, this is a variant, but it's not a ratio variant. It is the return of Vertigo. A lot of people love anything Vertigo, or at least willing to give anything Vertigo a shot. We will see if Vertigo is actually back this time and actually sticks around. But I could definitely see it being worth a shot to give this thing a read. I don't know that I would be specking that this is going to be the next DOR next week. I don't think that's going to happen. So next we got Assorted Crisis event number 1. So when this hit the list in January, after everything that I do not know why it keeps doing that. I don't know, folks. I'm sorry. I go to switch to the other screen and it just does that. Right now was 30 to 70 early in January when it hit the list. Last week when it jumped back on the list, it was 20 to 35. This week it's 30 to 50. So it's still not as high as it was back in January. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are into the series at the moment. It's considered one of the better reads of 2025. Your thoughts, Marcus?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this week after week, and I don't have anything new to say about this one. I like the writer. This is hitting the list for the right reasons, but it's hard for me to see this a scenario where this is still at this price 6 months from now. I think the hype will die eventually, and it will come down. So I got to say I'll be back, but I'd like to be wrong on this one too.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I still think this is an I'll be back. I do think the fact that it's jumping this, like issue 8 just came out a couple weeks ago, so we're into the series away and people are jumping on it. I do think that gives it a little better chance of holding some value for a while. But I would still lean toward the fact of the matter was it jumped, it fell back already, it's jumping again. My guess is it's going to settle probably somewhere around the low end of this, that like in that $20 to $30 range. So that's where I would want to be if I really wanted this. I wouldn't want to be there because I just don't buy these kind of indie comics and spec on them. But that would be my thought. So I would still lean toward the I'll be back. All right. Next, we got a little 90s goodness. We got Evil Ernie number 1. First appearance of Evil Ernie. First appearance of Lady Death. Right, this is Evil Ernie's first appearance. Or seen something else before this. I forget. Maybe it's his first solo and her first appearance. I forget. So you guys will have to correct me if I got that wrong. Anyway, hitting the list because supposedly Brian Pilato has done a deal with Dynamite, and we don't know, Tom and them didn't know exactly what that meant, but supposedly some of his projects are going to start being published through Dynamite is what the rumor is. So your thoughts, Marcus?
This book right here, like I never saw this book in person, but it's nostalgic for me because it's that time when I was collecting books. I was reading Wizard and seeing this, people talk about this and wondering about it and wishing I had it because it was always on the top 10 list. So this is a really nostalgic book for me. That said, I see you have it as I'll be back, and that's probably the right answer, right? It's on a list, which means it's not the time to buy that book. But really, with the low print count on this book and the extreme amount of nostalgia that's associated with it, I'm going to say get in where you fit in for this book.
And I'll be honest, I put this as an I'll be back, but this is a book that I have some nostalgia for, but it's not a book that I've tracked recently, so I really didn't do enough to see how much it really jumped just now, like because of this. Did it really jump any in value, or is it just a bunch of sales? That caused Tom and them to put it on the list because people heard about it. My guess is it's probably leaning more to just an increase in sales and an actual increase in value. In which case, maybe it's probably worth it as opposed to I'll be back. I lean toward I'll be back anytime you get news like this. Yeah, 9.8s have always been not so high, but none of them sold during this little bump in sales, at least on eBay that I could find. Horvath, the highest graded one was at 9.6 at 825. So
I'm reading this is his first
probably
appearance.
Worth it. It's more than an I'll be back, but this is, like you said, this is one of your get in where you fit in kind of books. For anybody that loves this stuff from the 90s, has the nostalgia for Lady Death, has the nostalgia for Evil Ernie and this kind of universe, that's where I would put this book. So
it's a cool cover too, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a cool cover, though. It would be better if she was on the cover. Like, if it's her first appearance, come on. But Horvath did correct me. I thought that was wrong. Like, I thought that it was not his first appearance. That it was.
I'm reading that it is his first appearance, actually. It's this book. This is his first appearance.
Horvath says her first appearance only, not his.
When I look it up, okay. It says this is it. I don't know, though, so don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So I thought he was in something else before this, but I could be misremembering that.
Wikipedia.
I'll be honest, I was never really as focused on him as I was on her for some reason. I don't know why teenage JP was more focused on Lady Death than he was on Evil Ernie. I don't know where that came from. But, all right, next we're gonna move to DC KO Knightfight number 3, and so oh wait, we got let's see, cover price. Dave Mayer says cover price has it listed as both their first appearances. Pervez says, yeah, I'm just wrong. Okay, there you go. Beckerman in the house. What is going on?
Yeah, I'm seeing also there's a preview of Malibu Sun number 8. But no, this is the first appearance.
Okay, so it's both of their first appearances. Okay, I'll change my note back then. We got Knightfight number 3. This is the first appearance of Alfie Wayne, and based on the way Tom talked around this, I'm not sure if it's Damien's grandson or Damien's son and Bruce's grandson or what, but it's some future version, some future Wayne that's named after Alfred. In an alternate universe, you're going for 8 to 18. The odds of us ever hearing about this character ever again, I feel like are slim to none. Your thoughts, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm with you, Trav. This one's dumb. Like, yeah, maybe, but like the chances are so low. The spec is so flimsy. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah. So we're getting, let's see, somebody here to support Marcus. What about me, Beckerman? Fine. I see how you are. I see how it is. I see where I stand. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, Beckerman's kind of a big deal. If you go over to Scotty Young's channel, last night he was over just hanging out with Jim Mafood and Scotty Young. No big deal. So
yeah, he's kind of a big shot now. He's big time. Where unlike the rest of us, I get it. I understand.
Yeah. He's kind of a big deal.
So I know where I rate. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Why is my screen continuing to do crazy things every time I scroll to the other screen? Next, we got Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman, number 5, the first appearance of Hecate and Medusa, I believe, in the Absolute Universe. But it's really hitting the list right now because the annual is kind of revisiting the storyline with Medusa that's just come out. $25 to $40. Your thoughts, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I'm almost want to say Trap, but I'm going to say I'll be back. I think this kind of hot, buzzy things that pushes these things on the list are not long-lasting reasons why they'll stay. There's a chance that this matters in the long run, but if you're specking on Absolute, I would stick to the number ones for the most part. So I'll be back.
Yeah, I lean toward that as well. Why can't I let you just support Marcus? Because that's no fun. Because it's more fun to give you a hard time. Come on, what are you talking about? Or bad. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on this one. I don't think any of the first appearance. I love this book. This is easily I am a huge fan of this Absolute Wonder Woman book. But yeah, I don't see any of these characters being big enough absolute introductions to really hold that kind of value. I put this in the I'll be back. It seems a little strange that this one is 25 to 40 range right now for me. All right. We got 2 books left. We got some Marvel. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 73, the first appearance of Silvermane, and it appears that Silvermane is the villain of the Spider-Man Noir show that we're getting with Nicolas Cage. Raw copies are all over the place, $20 to $275, although most of the raw sales are $30 to $80. The highest grade to recently sale was a 9.2 for $340. Your thoughts on this one, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm not sure. This seems like a get in where you fit in book. It's a 12 center, so I don't want to criticize anybody too much for buying such an awesome book with an awesome cover, right? So for that reason, I'm going to say I'll get in where you fit in. But if you're specking on this character, that's probably a mistake. So JP's probably right.
I mean, I put it in I'll be back, but it is a sub 100 ASM. So it's not like you're gonna these prices are way out of whack with where this book just is because it's a sub 100 ASM. I wouldn't be paying 200 plus. Those few sales that were like 200 plus for a raw copy, that sucker better be mint, baby, if you're doing that. But yeah, if you're in that $30 to $80 range for a nice raw copy, like, yeah, you're probably fine. It's a get in where you fit in. I put this in I'll Be Back just because I don't think Silvermane, he's a villain that showed up quite a bit, but he's not a villain I think that really moves the needle in terms of a lot of people that they really care about. So that's me.
Yeah, no one's cared for 60 years. I don't think Nicolas Cage is going to.
No one's cared for 60 years. Man Mountain Marcus. Oh, well, I don't know if I've heard him calling that yet. So, Man Mountain Marcus has become anyone's new favorite character. There you go. So, Man Mountain Marco is not Silvermane. Silvermane is like the boss figure behind it. So, it is not the cover character that is the character they're talking about. Be Back. No one cared about this character for 60 years. That's right. It is, yeah, but ASM. So, all right. Next, we got Spider-Man Noir, number 1. 180 to 315 on recent raw sales. 9.8. Tom and them were talking about it like, oh, like $500. And I went and looked. And since they recorded their video before they posted it, it's now $500 to $650 on the 9.8. This is significantly up from where this book had been. This book has always been very expensive, but $500 to $650 on a 9.8 is way up. Raw copies consistently going over 200 up to 300 is up significantly. Here's the thing. I'm not sure exactly what the release schedule is on the show, but I have a hard time believing this book backs up within our 6-month window. It's why I have it as a worth it. I feel like this is a book that if you want it like 3 years from now, you want to come back. It's kind of what I feel like on this one. But your thoughts, Marcus?
Yeah, this one's tricky because I think that, some people are skeptical about Nick Cage doing this, but I feel like it could be weirdly awesome. It could be one of those unexpected kind of weirdly awesome kind of things, which would send this book into the stratosphere. So I think that I want to say overall, I do want to say I'll Be Back, but I think as you discussed, the life of this book may be longer than the 6 months, given the window in this movie. So for that reason, I'm going to reluctantly agree with you on worth it, but I'd be real careful on this one.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I will say part of the reason I put worth it here is when they included Spider-Man Noir in the animated movie, it fundamentally changed what this book was. And unlike the Penny Parker book and a couple of the others, it never went back down. It like stayed up. Or the Spider-Man India and that kind of stuff. It came down a little bit, but it never dropped back like the Spider-Man India or the Penny Parker or a bunch of the other characters did. It stayed high. And I don't know if it's because of print run. I don't know if it's because of like it's hard to get in high grade. I don't know exactly what the thing was, but it maintained value more like Miles and Gwen did than it did like the other side Spider-Man characters. Now this is a significant jump, but I think over the next 6 months, I would be surprised. Like again, this comes where our predictions are like 6 months versus longer term. This is when I think if you really want to do better than where it's at right now, I think you're going to have to wait more than 6 months to do it. Yeah. Is really where I'm at. So, yeah, I think it's fairly low print, all things considered. Because people love Black Suit Spidey. That's part of it too, I'm sure. So,
a great cover. Is that Zerdy? I can't tell who the artist is, but I like it.
I don't remember. I can't tell what that is. I'm not sure.
Just a poor man's Speedball.
And now we know why Beckerman is big time. Now we know. It's those kind of takes that make Beckerman big time. So, all right. Well, that is this week's list. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. I want to thank Marcus. I want to thank the chat. Let's do a quick shout out to my channel members before I forget to get out of here. Big thank you to all of these folks for supporting the channel, keeping me going. Really appreciate all of you guys. And with that, Marcus, you got anything before you get out of here?
Yeah, I do want to shout out to everybody watching on the replay, obviously, and shout out to everybody making comments. I've been enjoying going back and reading y'all's comments and interacting with them and hearing the things you guys got to say. I've had a good time. So if you disagree with something we said, if we're missing something, or if we nailed it, whatever it may be, comment below, let us know, and there's a good chance I'll reply.
And for the thing, if you like watching Marcus and I hang out, we'll be hanging out again Thursday on my channel. We're going to talk rare flavors, an indie book that we read. I think we have opinions, so we're going to talk this on Thursday night. We may even get that crazy John Comics with Friends guy to join us for that. So
I'm out.
Marcus, I just ran Marcus off. He's out. It's over. So we'll be talking that Thursday night. So come hang out with us then. And with that, I want to thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next time. Where's my outro? There it is.